Emotion in your presentation is critical, not cringe. We're taught that the best decisions are logical and emotional ones, but neuroscience says that is wrong. Let me tell you a story about a patient we'll call Elliot, who lost his ability to feel emotions due to a brain injury. Elliot originally was a successful businessman, a father, a husband. But after a brain tumor was surgically removed from his brain, his life fell apart. His intelligence, memory, and language skills were completely intact. They didn't change at all. He could solve complex logic puzzles and discuss the philosophical implications of all sorts of different situations. But he lost the ability to use emotion. He lost the ability to feel, and the use of these emotions particularly to guide his decision making. He became pathologically indecisive. Elliot would spend hours deliberating over simple decisions like which pen to use, what restaurant to eat at, or which socks to wear. He could list the pros and cons of every option rationally, but he didn't have any internal nudge telling him which one was the best option. So he was stuck in an endless loop of analysis. Neurology suggests that emotions serve as a biological value system. When facing a decision, our brain rapidly associates past outcomes with emotional signals. A gut feeling, a flash of fear, a surge of excitement. Basically, a negative feeling steers us away from a potentially bad choice, whereas a positive feeling draws us towards a potentially good choice. These emotional signals act as like a mental shortcut, allowing us to make efficient decisions without having to painstakingly think through every single variable every single time a situation comes up. These are the mechanisms that tell you when to stop thinking and take action. So the lesson here is that emotions aren't the opposite of being rational. They're a partnership of rationality. They have the value function that tells us when to stop thinking and when to take action. Too often I see business owners, founders, or academics who believe that adding an emotional element to their talk is window dressing. It's a nice to have. But that's not the case. In reality, it is essential if you want any action to be taken as a result of your talk. Even my TEDx speakers who have nothing to sell but the message of change, I make sure that they include the emotional element and a strong call to action. You should always have a call to action to empower your audience, by the way. So let's put it another way. As a speaker, if you're only serving data and logic, you're leaving your audience in Eliot's paradox. They understand, but they can't decide. So your job as a speaker isn't just to inform. It's to make them feel the urgency, the possibility, the hope. And that feeling is what bridges the gap between the understanding and the action. I'll catch you next time.